You don't need the government. If you grow your own food, put your own energy, you don't need the government or the banks for nothing. And I tried to point out that we could actually do this block by block. If you just got out of your house and walked over and said, look, you know, they're reporting food shortages. There's GMO plants in your grocery store, and if the trucks go down, I mean, you're about to experience a blizzard that just blew through Texas and Oklahoma. The trucks weren't running. If that turned into a little bit longer period, you know, we'd be starving to death all of America. If there was one atomic bomb released in the middle of the country up a few miles, all of our infrastructure would go down immediately. We wouldn't have computers, we wouldn't be able to buy gas. And the only way we can prepare for that is putting a garden in your backyard in the summertime, storing your food, and putting a windmill or a solar unit on top of your house. To me, that's the only way. That's taking back control of our lives, and that's what they've been trying to prevent for the last 100 years, since they shut Tesla down, since Henry Ford tried to make a hemp-based vehicle and did a real good job of it. You could hit it with a sledgehammer and bounce off. And so what do you think? John and Polly Holden are from War for American Revolution, www.w4ar.com. The whole Liberty Village concept, what do you think of that?
Well,
by the way,
the whole concept of what you were talking about, which the people need to be getting away from, is really true. Especially now, people need to get prepared to what's actually going to happen. You have to have food, water, extra stuff, because you don't know what things are going to hit. But I think people have to get prepared for it, and they're not. They always think that the grocery store is going to be there, and they're not. So I'm telling people to get ready for that, because down the line it's coming, because crashes are coming and everything's coming. I suggest people get up on food and water and everything. Starting a garden in your backyard is wonderful to do too, to have your own stuff. And people need to get ready for that, because it's coming.
Put it in everybody's backyard. You can grow. Maybe you specialize in tomatoes. The guy next to you does lettuce. You know, we could by trading each other, barter. You know, and you know, I've got a solution for the drug problem. Abolish all laws against victimless crimes. Take down the fences down there in Mexico, and put up tables instead, and let the Mexicans come up and sell anything they can grow, and let us do the same thing. We'll put them on the table. We'll put the cocaine, the heroin, and the marijuana on the table, and let anybody buy it that wants to. Abolish all the laws against victimless crimes. Otherwise, they got a police state. You can. I know people that have been put in jail for taking Valium and driving.
Well, one of the things that is very important that people don't realize is that you can stop this crisis from happening by participating in, let's say, the smart meter program. Because the smart meter is going to allow the government or private corporations to control their gas, water, and electricity. So there's the food, water, and shelter. They can either freeze you to death or roast you to death in the summertime, or make you die of thirst by simply turning off the switch on the outside of your home with a smart meter and eliminating the electricity, the gas to heat and cook, the water to go ahead and provide you that life-quenching substance for survival. And they can selectively do it through one house, a subdivision, a city, or a county, or the whole state. The flip of the switch. And if Hitler would have this capability, we'd all go ahead and speak in German now.
John, they're going to do that with costs, though, and the tier pricing and the people pricing. They're going to make it so high that people can't afford it. They're going to be dying and deciding on what they're going to do.
Well, that comes down the road when once they go ahead and get their barcoding of every substance, take all the money away from you and make you use a credit card or a debit card, and you have no control over how you can purchase your food, water, and shelter. That the government agencies and the corporations will dictate that to you.
You know,
this is where they're heading with it.
This is, I think it's pretty interesting here. I want to hear your opinion on it. Over 2,000 years ago, Jesus warned us about a lot of things. He warned us about the Jews who say they're Jews but are not, or of the synagogue thing. And he warned us about the mark of the beast, and warned you not to take it. But if you don't take it, you won't be able to buy or sell. And for 2,000 years, we've been kind of scratching our heads, going, I wonder what the hell they're talking about. I wonder what we can't buy or sell without taking a mark. And suddenly, we've got commercials for it. Now, George used to forget his medications, but now we got this little chip. There's a little beer chip here, and it's called HealthLink, and it tells the doctor, you know, it tells you when to take your pills, it tells the doctor what's wrong with you, and tells you everything, and tells the doctor how much is in your bank account. And this is part of your health care bill. If you refuse to take that, they're going to cut off our Social Security. They're going to cut off our any access. We've got 2,000 years we've been talking about it. Here it is. And this is the plan according to Aaron Russo, Aaron Russo, who talked with Nicholas Rockefeller. He said that was what they intended to do. Put everybody in the world. And if you don't do what we say, we'll just turn your chip off and you won't be able to buy or sell.
There you go. Yeah. That's the ultimate control of knowing exactly who you are, what you are, how much your value is as far as monetary value, your personal assets and worth, whether you are healthy enough to participate in the community you live in, and whether it's going to cost more to keep you alive, or whether we should just cut on off the medications and just give you placeables, okay, to tide you over till you kick a bucket, and we won't have to support you anymore. This is what's coming down the road with the barcoding, the chipping, and the smart meters. They'll be able to know the minute you walk in your home with the energy credit card, so you can tell how much energy credits you have left to heat your home, run your refrigerator and stove, or to go ahead and turn the oxygen on for your grandmother in her room. They're going to have control of everything. And if you don't pay your bills and you don't have the value that they say you should have, they're just going to go ahead and turn the switches, and you'll be eliminated from the burden of the global world agenda to keep you alive.
That's exactly it.
Well, they certainly don't want me alive. They've tried to kill me 3 times in the last 10 years. And part of it was with drugs. They tried drugging me for 3 months after a motorcycle accident. They rushed me to the hospital with 3 broken ribs and kept me drugged for 3 months. Halcyon, Haldol, Valium, morphine, ran up a $750,000 hospital bill. And, so they certainly don't want, and their attacks on me have also been financial. They closed down 2 of my magazines because I couldn't get advertisers. I had one of them sold for $500,000, and we signed the papers on Thursday. They put a press release out on Friday. I walked in Monday, and the CEO is white and shaking. I can't go through with it, man. They're threatening to impeach me from my own company. They're threatening my stocks dropping like a rock, and they contacted every stockholder to tell them what a radical, anti-Semite racist you are. Now, I've got 3 books written, and I finished the last one over this last 10 years of recuperating from attempted murder, and they have almost broke me financially. I can't get advertisers. I couldn't do a magazine anymore. Of course, it's hard to do a radio show when you're drugged into oblivion. And by the way, I just wanted to mention, you mentioned your mother and all that. My mother and grandmother, when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, were drug addicts, and I didn't know it. I didn't understand. My grandmother took sleeping pills, my mother took pain pills, and they went to the doctor a couple of times a month to get their prescriptions. They are doing that to Americans all over now. How many Americans are on Valium, on Luvox, on Ritalin, they're even putting children on it. And charging the state for charging our insurance, they're making money off your memory, and there's a 200,000% markup on these pharmaceuticals. I mean, they used to, when I was a kid, they couldn't even advertise about that. And I didn't know I didn't know what was going on with my mother and grandmother until I took one of my grandmother's sleeping pills. Woo! Wow, no wonder you've been stumbling around, Grandma. I thought it was just because you got old and feeble when you were 65. How do we free ourselves from this kind of control? That's lowering our IQ. And they're going to use that against you if you're a veteran and you've gone to a doctor for post-traumatic stress syndrome, which is really, is a disease invented to prevent you from developing a conscience. They're going to say you can't own arms now. They just sent a letter out. Veterans just got a letter, and the Veterans Administration says that they will have a board to decide whether you're sane or not, whether you can own a weapon or not. And if you're talking about the whole New World Order, then according to West Point, we could be the terrorists. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. This is escalating. I mean, we really are probably in the end times. I kind of got a feeling it might have been an Armageddon for the last 100 years, but the press failed to tell us about it.
The whole issue of the medication is that there is no profit to be gotten from healthy people. The profit is if you are ill, is that you have to go to a doctor, if you have to have the medication, if you have cancer, and you have to find a cure, you have to go ahead and do all these minute tests and visits to the other offices. Just like one doctor used to go ahead and take care of all of your accounts. Now that you compartmentalize it, you have 10 doctors who can make money off of you instead of just one. This is about profit and control of the population. And if you're healthy, if you take care of yourself and you avoid all the medications and all the drugs and all these other illnesses like the chemtrails and the fluoride and the GMOs and the radio frequencies and EMF beats down on you all the time, you will stay healthy. But if you're healthy, the economy will crash. If America got healthy, there would be no hospitals, and except for emergency visits from stupid people who crash in their cars or something.
Yeah, you're right there. So I think what they do, because I'm healthy, everybody takes care of themselves like they should. Get on natural things and herbs and things like that. You're going to think that they're making their money.
Polly talked about Agenda 21.
Yes.
And the depopulation. This is where it goes, all these chemicals and all this agenda. You just watch TV for commercials for a drug. The side effects are 50 times more dangerous to you than the illness that they pretend you have. So you're more likely to come down with a cancer, or heart attack, or stroke, or kidney problems, or liver problems, or dementia, or suicidal you're taking some stupid drugs because you're uncomfortable about who you're being with, or the temperature of the room, or some other melody.
Well, they made movies about it. And there's one out right now called Side Effects to talk about the side effects.
When I got out of the hospital, when I walked out of the hospital, they gave my family instructions to get guardianship of me, to arrange for long-term care, and make sure he takes his Depakote. Make sure he takes his Depakote. Well, I looked up the contraindications of that. Causes heart attacks. And my response was, well, tell you what, I ain't taking no more drugs. You ain't giving me no more drugs. The only drugs I need is a joint and a Harley. Leave me alone. I lost my family over that. I lost my businesses over that. But I'm 66 years old. I'm perfectly healthy. I don't take any kind of drug. I don't even take aspirins. You know, and I was a little disappointed in Arizona. I was kind of excited about it. I said, yeah, we got medical marijuana here, man. I for the first time in 40 years, I might not be a criminal. But it didn't quite work out like that, because guess what? I'm too healthy to qualify for medical marijuana. I said, well, the reason I'm so healthy is because I've been smoking it for 40 years. And by the way, marijuana, cannabis, THC cures cancer. But we can't have that, because you know how much they spend on cancer research? Not to mention giving us all the pills selling us all the pills that's advertised at the Super Bowl that gives you cancer.
Yeah, exactly that. People don't understand it, and all the money they're making off that, off cancer stuff, and chemotherapy and all that stuff, billions of dollars. And there's other alternative stuff you can do if that happens, if it's possible that way.
They tried to stop anybody that tried to tell us the truth, like bringing the Rife technology. So we've actually got a lot of work to do. Now tell me about your website, and tell me, we've got 2 secret meetings here, and I'm urging people to start those meetings once a week. Start these meetings and show some videos and try to inform people. Tell me about war for the American Revolution. What
we're doing, we're working at this Pacific Center 21. We're trying to get people's eyes open about what's happening, about what's going to come to the gas, electric, and water. How people need to get involved with their local issues. But that's where you need to start. If you think local to the local people, have them make a demand that they do something. That's what you need to start with. And then go on from there to get there. But you have to get the people voices heard. You have to get the knowledge to people what's happening. That's what we've done. And that's what people need to do.
It's like you've done with your newspapers and your website and all that, is that as people keep moving forward, like we're doing at declairing.com, other people are starting to go ahead and have groups and opening up a website and bringing this to 1021 and all these other issues forward. We have a friend that started Expose1953.com, talks about the Black Hole and the Constitution, how the corporations taking it over and all
the
that.
birth certificate.
The birth certificate, the corporation owning it, and all this other issues. People are coming up all around the country speaking about these issues. And we have them from people in British Columbia to Oregon, to California, to Australia contacting us. And it's remarkable how the people realize that the corporations are taking over our country. It's not necessarily the government. It's a hand in hand deal with private corporations and the government working together to eliminate the populations, we the people's control over our own neighborhoods, counties, and states. And this is getting out here. The Agenda 1, the World Agenda, the United Nations protocols, and all that. People are becoming more and more aware of it. They're passing bills in different states to address this. And we need more and more people to document this. And that's how what we have been doing. The smart meter agenda has taken up so much of our time because if one person can't do it all, but we damn well can make a difference. And that's what people have to realize. Your voice can make a difference.
All right, folks, I've documented what's happening over the last 2,000 years in my book, Mystery Babylon, and I'd appreciate it. I'm putting up a press release up on my website right now. I'd appreciate it if you guys would, with this show, send links to this show out and links to my press release. It'll be right up on freeamerican.com. You know, for any donations that come into here to clay@freeamerican.com via PayPal, I will send you a copy of my 500-page book, Mystery Babylon. We've got the history of the Rothschilds on it. We've got the Homeland Security assessment trying to paint veterans as the enemy, the dangerous ones. Yeah, I should, in Vietnam, you know, they doused us with Agent Orange because they didn't want healthy, well-trained, combat-hardened veterans coming back to this country and seeing what a communist stew they had cooked up for us. And that's what they have. Their whole tactics has been to demonize me, armed and dangerous. I called up the ADL office and said, "Hi, this is Clay Douglas. I just wanted you to know that you assholes finally got something right. I am armed, and you come after my country or my family or my city, then I'm definitely dangerous to you."
That's the whole thing, Clay. We need to get people out there like that. Voicing your opinions, getting out there like that. A lot of people are doing now. It's me. I hope the people in Texas or wherever you're from that are listening today, if you do the right thing. Actually.
Well, I am speaking. We are organizing groups, and we do have books for sale. And we've got the Truth Seekers meeting here, which you can put in your own town, man. I'll supply you with DVDs, information, and just like you've got on your site. That's W4AR.com. And I really appreciate what you've done there. You're welcome back at any time. Just see what days I've got open, and if you've got more information to share. If we don't work together right now, folks, if we don't help each other, we will all hang alone. Or
you're right there. We have to work together and unite together. We also have DVDs of Smart Fingers and the Agenda 21 and things. So people can contact us for that because we also do that side of it too. We have information and DVDs also.
We got links on your site. I'll be glad to trade links with you. You're doing the right thing. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing, and it's what we need to do, folks.
Thanks, Clay. God bless everybody.
John, thank you. Really good to meet you, John. And
thank you.
Hope this blizzard doesn't hurt you guys too bad coming your way.
I hope not.
All right. Thank you.
Everybody.
God bless.
Thanks, Clay, for having us.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So recording has been completed.
time ago, we used to get our food homegrown, and toothpaste used to make you smile. It used to be you'd shop with ease, never eating antifreeze. You planned to keep on living quite a while. But now our goods are all delivered from somewhere on the Yangtze River. No one knows the source there, so you might find some horsehair. But if corporations make a buck, they don't give a flying. Peking duck. And with this system we get stuck today. It makes you sigh. Now when you buy an American pie, your grandma didn't bake it was made in Shanghai, where they engineered the apples to be juicy, not dry, but the crust is made of cardboard and lye. But don't feed it to your dog, he might die. And now did you eat a tasty cake, and did it make your stomach ache? I could have said I told you so. The reason you are looking on is some guy surprised insect one, so you just bit into a little Debbie's toe. And now the toys you bought from Fisher Price have toxins deemed unsafe for mice, and Elmo tends to wheeze. Cause he plays with DVDs, but all my problems seem so far when I see my sheep do DVR. I'll even brush my teeth with tar, and you will see that I'll buy from some young guy. I drive a Chevy and it's heavy, but the price is too high. $20 will buy a car from Shanghai, and honey, that'll be the day